I don't know what's
Yo,
going on.
what's up?
Intro is not working, bro. Intro is not working. We'll just go straight in.
Hey, Trench Capital, that's how it works, you know? Sometimes you gotta go with the flow. What's up, everyone? What's up, Money Gang? How's everyone going?
I'm doing well, bro. I'm doing very well. I was expecting, I was expecting something to happen, but clearly not. So it's what it is. Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, you know, sometimes it's like that, but I know something is happening with SpaceX. So, well, yeah, we had some crazy turnarounds because I wasn't expecting that. What's going on with Elon? He's like turbo. You know, that's the perfect KOL to have in your team. When he's bull posting your coins, that's what I wanted from my KOL, aka Richard, to be posting and bull posting my tickers. So man, Elon is doing a great job of being like bullish and like keep pushing. It's been only a few days.
SpaceX is up 10% today, bro. 10%.
Like at a what valuation?
It's
It
currently
was like
it's currently sitting at like 2+ trillion. If we go by assets, it's like literally the 7th biggest company in the world, 2.77 trillion. That's bigger than Amazon.
amazing.
I think it's just ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, and they just acquired an AI company. So I think the hype is what it's all about. Cursor, they just bought Cursor for 60 billion. So yeah, a bit of a pump off of that and excitement off of that, but yeah, we'll see what's happening. What's been going on in the crypto markets, man? Bring us onto the charts. Let's get straight into it. Let's have a little look and see what's been happening.
Oh, what's been happening? We've had a little bit of pump out of nowhere, you know, even for Bitcoin, for ETH. We've been talking pretty much yesterday about the all-time highs and how Bitcoin, you know, recovered pretty well after that dip. We had actually a nice pump on Pulse Chain overall as well. The only bad things, we'll go over that a little bit later. But guys, before we go into the charts, let's hit that like button, retweet the stream, leave a comment if you have. We have in the corner, left, right, you can join our Trench Capital Telegram, where we like drop some alpha. We have a scanner, we have a few bots as well. And also huge shout out for Ethos Farms. They're sponsoring this week live streams. You can earn stake, earn PDAI. If you are a huge on $1 movement on PDAI, you know what you do. You just yield farm, man. You just yield farm until it hits $1. That's like amazing. The chart is also very healthy. I just did actually a post about them, and they already distributed 24K worth of PDAI to the stakers, which is amazing. Yeah.
Nice. How long
yeah.
did that take?
It took about 4 weeks, so that's impressive amount for a Pulse chain.
Nice.
But yeah, let's go back into the chart, man. We're seeing a nice pullback, you know, a nice retest on my imaginary lines, because we had this lower, like I would say, you know, a new low from the February, which Ben was speaking about it. Ben Cohen, he was like the bearish guy, and he was always saying that, okay, we might touch this low in January or go a little bit below that. So we actually did that, and we just swept the lows. We formed a new higher low, and even when we were over here, I did speak like, okay, so technically we do have a rally towards July. It's been a little bit earlier than that because we had the Trump peace that he did with Iran, so that did impact a lot. You know, the markets, everyone got bullish again. Everyone started to buy a little bit more just DCA in, and prices have been moving upwards healthy. We did see like the first rejection about 67K, Really curious how it's probably we're seeing a little bit of de-risk because we're gonna have the FOMC tomorrow. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a little bit of volatility. If the FOMC goes like bad as expected, we might have just a little bit of downwards, for the market, just until it's priced in. But I do see that we really had the lower lows of June already in. So I won't expect it to go too bad. Maybe go back and retest, the trend line, 63, 62.5, just a little bit, get a new higher low, and build towards that momentum towards July, right? Where we had like one of the most powerful summer month for Bitcoin. So that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm seeing. How do you look about that? What do you think?
I'm having a look at it. I mean, just on the daily time frame, just on my charts. I've got my squiggly lines and all that crap. 21 EMA really tested the 21 EMA on the indicator on the daily time frame. So went up just slightly above it, 67,000, kind of pulling back off of that as well. I think the market's pretty uncertain because obviously you've got the June Fed meeting, but this is the first meeting that we get a new Fed chair. Like people forget that Kevin Walsh is, Trump's guy. So I think a lot of people are interested to see what Chair Walsh does. Obviously, we've dealt with Jerome Powell for so long. So it's historic. It's completely brand new, and people are wondering, like, there's uncertainty, right? We get a pump yesterday, today as the markets open up, we're getting a bit of a dump off. Uncertainty, really. And I think we won't know until tomorrow when we get the announcements from the Fed. So most likely, again, look, we've had poor inflation and we've had, I would just say, it's not been good in the economy. So likely that we just have
Yeah.
like held rates. I think if you're going into the first meeting, do you go in and do you cut rates or do you increase rates? No, you don't. You probably just keep it fairly stable. There's
Makes
also,
sense. Makes sense.
there's also, I mean, like the US, essentially, they basically got involved with what happened in Iran, and now we're paying 600 billion or something like that to Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz again. So yeah, okay, oil prices are down, which is great, and there's kind of somewhat restoration, but it's a bit of a laughing stock. You look at what actually happened, and like, yeah, you're going back and
Hey,
forth with Iran. Um,
Iran, what about if they actually, are smart and they like, hey, maybe we can buy Bitcoin with that
well, they,
money,
they have, I think they have something like $7.7 billion worth of crypto assets. So like, it's actually so bullish for crypto. It's like low key so crazy. At one point, they were saying that they wanted to charge people in crypto, which is so funny, right? Like we
That's
expected.
so powerful.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like a very oppressive society, but yeah, the Ayatollah is bullish on Bitcoin. But no, I do find it funny. I mean, it's good. Look, Brent oil's down like 3% today, and US oil down 4%, sitting around $79, anywhere between 77 to like $81, which is amazing. To see sub
Good news
90,
for,
like
yeah.
we saw, we were on the show yesterday and talking about, it was like 90. Anything above 100, we're screwed. The whole world's screwed, all of that kind of stuff. You got to think of this on a deeper level, on a bigger level. Everything requires oil. Like every single production, every single thing, food production, all of that kind of stuff is really important. So it's
Yeah.
good. It's good to see. I think, look. Everyone knows my opinion when it comes to kind of being the bearishness. I keep my eyes on October 5th. That's kind of my date, or around that date. Could be October 5th, could be a bit more. Maybe it could be like 30 days after that, but within that time period. But hey, listen, it was pretty good going into the weekend. Maybe a bit of a pullback. We'll see. I mean, the market's opening it should be open right now. So
Should be pretty stable.
yeah. I mean, Bitcoin down for the day, 1%. Again, I think just on the nature of what's been happening, it's because of the meeting, the Fed meeting. You know,
Yeah,
it starts today, and then the decision, and you know, when you see the show and they go on YouTube or on the Fed's website, and they say, you know, they have all the questions and stuff, and they make their decision. The meeting extends for the 2 days, so by tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern time, we'll know exactly what's going to happen, and then possibly we'll
yeah.
get a pump off of that. So possibly not. Maybe we get a retest. But if I
You
look on my
know,
weekly time frame,
speaking of retest, like this is the absolute chart that I love to watch. Like I've been speaking about it most of the times, but we have like the total three, which are respecting, kind of the lines very well, and you can guide yourself through that. And we have like a clean bounce over here, just moving towards, the high end to go even a little bit higher. So based on that, it's not always supposed to hit, and try to retest the previous highs, like even the resistance. But normally that's the magnet, right? So it may take like a little bit more, maybe a couple of days, maybe some weeks, just to go back to those highs and retest. So very interesting. Like even if we get the pullback on the FOMC and we have like a little bit of uncertainty, there has to be something that will lead towards the July pump or a little bit more recovery. So pretty interesting to see. We even had the ETH. ETH has been pumping like crazy because it pumped actually yesterday on the live stream. It went like 1.8, 1,000.
yeah, 1.8, yeah.
Yeah. And we see just the health. Some people that got the huge trades in, they wanted to de-risk a little bit from their leverage. Some sell just before that uncertainty level goes away. So we might just have a slight pullback, maybe 170, 168 over there, and get, just this FOMC out of the way and just lead slowly back to the new highs. Because crypto is not getting any love, man. Speaking about that, have you seen that most of crypto platforms become illegal from July 1st because Mika's deadline is like on July 1st? And 83
What for who?
registered
For who
firms,
specifically?
Europe,
For
crypto
Europe.
platforms.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. That I mean, the European Union's always been like as a Brit, it's always been kind of horror show for us.
Like what?
But then again, it's even worse back in the UK, like political uncertainty and everything that's going on, and there's a lot of divisiveness right now within.
They're basically making everything like so hard, for the adoption, for the people to even want to get their money in Europe and try to build around crypto. That's like unbelievable.
Yeah, it's insane actually, because you think about it. I mean, like Malta was the home of like Binance for a long period of time. There's so many crypto friendly places within Europe in terms of how they run themselves. It's insane, and it's just bureaucracy of like complete and utter bullshit to try and like they just brought in the UK right now. They just brought in, if you're under 16, you can't have you can't use social media platforms, and it's under the guise that if you're under 16, right, like a bunch of PDFs, I'm going to say that word, could contact you because your kids, and your kids are not safe, right, on social media platforms. However, in order for you to get onto those social media platforms as an adult and someone above the age of 16, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to scan your face. You're going to have to show your digital ID. So all of this stuff is being rolled out, and it's like under the guise of safety. It's absolute bollocks. It's bullshit. We need like privacy coins to absolutely rock it. And hype. We were talking about this the other day. I mean, Hyperliquid about to do a new all-time high, bro. Like the dip was perfect for the dark buy.
Man,
It's
what
looking amazing.
what in the world? How hype keeps doing that? They're just bringing all-time highs after new all-time highs, just keeping consistent. They've been like on point with the SpaceX, one of the few platforms actually. We have Backpack and Hype that were operating fully when SpaceX IPO launched, because we didn't even touch about that, but like Binance actually had to return all the money for their customers that tried to participate, and it was over 500 millions of USD dollars that were trying to access, to just trade pre-market the stock, and they weren't able, and they like failed at that, and they had to return the money back. Which I had even some crazy accusation from one pretty famous person on X that they just basically made over 100 millions because they actually took the money from the people, like 500 millions. They used that to acquire, the SpaceX stock, sell that and profit, and just after that return the money. And if it's gonna fail, they will just say, hey, there's your coins. And it's like actually kind of funny. Was it like a real scheme, or was it just a failure of the system that they weren't prepared for that amount of traffic to be able to absorb all those volume, I guess. But Hyperliquid, they've been doing insane, man, on point, just breaking all-time highs, bringing those buyback and burn mechanisms.
Play in the bear market, bro, and I would never have kind of thought it, because I just thought it was, excuse the pun, but like too hyped, right? Like I thought it was too hyped. All the KOLs were talking about it and stuff like that, ironically. But yeah, really, really has been doing well. Over the bear market. I mean, that's up. You've got Uniswap kind of moving as well, but pretty much everything down.
Wow.
Obviously, reaction as to what's happening right now. But yeah, I'm just having a little look on the crypto bubbles right here. Aerodrome up 3.8%, XLM up 3.3%, Uniswap 9.8%, WorldCoin 4.5%. So
actually, speaking of that, I'll bring some charts, because we do share a special love for a Pulse chain.
Yeah,
of course.
So my mate's completely convinced that this is the next big ticker, bro, and that it's gonna like mega pump, right? And rounding, like when I look at that chart, actually, like that kind of rounded bottom looks pretty good, right?
Yeah. So this is what basically I've been having. I've been posting about it on my X. I did have like this, just because usually what you have, you have the cup and handle, but for us, it was the bear market was so brutal for Pulse chain that the cup and handle, I have never seen in my life such an extended cup and handle. So for me, it was like, okay, we have the cup, we have the handle over here, we should go up. It was like, what's wrong? And even like at this point, we got some bad news. Richie wasn't posting about it. There was like some bearish news, and we just extended this like, so it is a clean cup, and we have such an extended handle. Like what's that? If we take it from this local top, which it went, minus 66%, which is normal if you think about that, right?
Where's it from the top? Like the highest.
Oh, usually I don't touch that top because it's like just not worth it. But if you go from the top, it's yes, minus 78%, minus 80%, you can say overall, which is like it's a doable dip in the bear markets or the downtrends, right? I mean, this couple hand is so extended, man. It's like would get everyone shaked out. And this was like I was buying the dip, probably just swing trade because I wasn't expected. We actually broke up and like we are a decent, I would say support level right now because the market is still indecisive with that guy holding the hostage, the Pulse chain hostage with like 1 million in PHEX.
You're talking about UberHex or Comrade Zen, or as some people say. I mean, like you look at it and you go like the minute that Richard talks about ProveX, as in the protocol itself is live, it's probably going to have a bit of a pump, and people are going to FOMO in, rotate, and that kind of stuff. So when we look at like the other coins, they're kind of compromised by the fact they're so bonded with with Hex, So I think people are on the fence. I saw Ink actually started moving. Someone said that Ink really moved
Um,
yesterday,
yeah, yeah.
but
I can go over ink, but I want to bring this chart back because we spoke about the PLS chart back couple of streams ago when I
okay.
mentioned that we were going, if you remember, we were going through those lows like we had like, in the summer,
Uh,
and we straight like moved afterwards. In the summer we moved. We had like, how about this? Yeah, basically as well, June, right? Move. We are kind of the same point. We actually made the new low
but
in early June.
in the summers, it was 5-6x higher.
It
The market cap.
true. That's true. That's true.
I
But
mean,
that doesn't change.
yeah, this one doesn't have a floor. It doesn't look like it has a floor. Just on
It wasn't looking like a floor just
you,
because
you,
we got a new whale
you, got,
selling and
you need
like,
to go on the daily, not on the 4 hour. There's no way you can go
I
on the
mean,
4.
yeah, on the dailies, that's like, it's like just a small V recovery, which is not bad. If we do go retest a little bit over here and just we make a higher low, which is completely possible, because if you look at the timeline, guys, if you probably are sidelined, most of you, there were so
I
many
don't know about
people
that.
that were.
I've heard a lot of people that weren't sidelined.
I know. There are a lot of people that like they wanted to buy cheap, they were afraid, and they are now sidelined, and they were like, okay, I want the prices to go back down so I can load up. And what can happen if this guy is still keeping his coins and he's like not gonna sell, but people will wait for the dip a little bit, load up, and he's like, okay, guys, thank you for exit liquidity, and he starts to dump, and just make a new lower low, which potentially can happen if we have a fail BTC recovery and ETH, and we just like continue to bleed like this whole June, right? And find
Yeah.
maybe a new lower low. It's completely possible. So we're gonna observe. We're gonna observe because Chain has been having some nice green days. Very pleasant to see some of the people getting back in the trenches.
Yeah, I mean, it had a nice little pump off the bottom. It's just the big thing is whether it can sustain. That's the biggest thing. Obviously, like, okay, it's nice that it's had 2 weeks essentially of green candles, but then that's its curse. The minute that it does 2 weeks of green candles, is like, all right, drop off a cliff. Like, can't sustain. And the other thing as well, if you go on the monthly time frame, how many months in a row, and we're red for this month as well.
Oh,
How many months in a row
yeah,
has it been? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
we
6,
will go. Yeah,
9,
it's been 10.
11
It's been
months.
10.
Is it going to do a world record of freaking 12 months in a row red? Just constant loss. And that's the scary part. It's like you look at the candles on the monthly time frame. All
You
right.
don't want to look. It's so bad.
What it's like, it's trying to battle. Someone said to me the other day, it was like, oh yeah, but the candles are getting smaller. The actual candles itself, the dojis are getting bigger, but the actual candles are getting smaller. But I'm like, well, yeah, that's a sign that there's a huge battle between the sellers. Like, the sellers are bringing it
Yeah.
down, even though there's been resistance from buyers. So
No,
yeah,
what I can say that, yeah, Hex is absolutely wrecked, even with the pump that we have. Hey, guys, if you zoom out like that, that's the real chart. That's
well,
the
I mean,
real chart,
yeah,
right? It's been like straight. People were saying that it was looked like XRP, which yes, but XRP, guys, it was one coin. It was not diluted in like so many coins, right? XRP had like a strong army of believers in one coin that they can support the chart. Hex has just got a massive dumper, literally at the bottom, that he started to be active and sell again. So yeah, it remains. I would say like
the
we
last 8 days it has been pumping. To be fair.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
the last 2 weeks has been pumping. It's been green if you go on the weekly time frame. But yeah,
I would go even. You know what's really curious for me, because we've had those movements, but my absolutely loved chart of Peacock has not really moving that fast, which is kind of insane. It pumped. It pumped. The last time we've been seeing it, it was like literally at the breakout. It was like
Mm.
7.2 or 7.5 million. It moved a little bit up. It literally got hit by the resistance, and we had like pulse chain also. Just a little bit of taking profits from some guys who are like short term, and they're like, okay, nice 30% gains. When did you get on pulse chain 30% gains, right? You
Mm.
never did except those 2 weeks. So they're like, okay, we make a little bit of money, we get it out. So Peacock looking still very undervalued for the
Mm.
things that they're building around. They have like a hypermarket, they have their V3 position, and actually quite shout out to Liberty Swap, man. They said
So they
that
made the hypermarket is like a equivalent to Polymarket, right?
polymer, yeah, and it's working on a HIP4, which is based on from a hyperliquid. So they're like building insane stuff. And what the big change, guys, the big change that I believe will bring a little bit more confidence into the buyers is they will change the fee structure to not only buying and holding and providing LP, but those fees for the next 4 months, it will be buy and burn. So the supply will be bought and burned. So like not only held by you know by the team, and they actually have insane. I would say they bought and burned for the past month, like insane amount of supply, like insane, probably more than 10,000. What, like a lot, 3%. It's insane, guys. The amount of work they're doing, I believe it's still undervalued. Yeah, actually, they have the World Cup also. You know, you can bet, guys, and it's using.
How much can I do, bro? How much can I do? Let me check this, man,
Oh,
because I've got a conspiracy that Portugal are going to win it. I think it's
oh, Ronaldo.
time, bro. I think it's time. Let's see, 8,200. Oh man, this was better odds on Polymarket, but hey, I mean, if that's what it is, that's what it is. Let's see, ooh, Spain, England. Oh man. Okay, you got this. Did they have the UFC on here? No, I
They
don't.
did. I don't remember if they did. They had the NBA finals. That's for
Yeah, we
sure.
got
I
okay.
do
The
remember.
NBA.
Yeah, yeah, they got the NBA final. But they're keeping this on track, so it's really nice. You can. That's impressive, man. Some bets are like quite crazy.
Oh, hold on. I can put no to a June Fed rate change. No, that
Hmm.
don't. Wait, nah, no change. That can't be right, bro. If that's the odds, if that's correct, I mean, damn, I'll get
That's
180, 185K on a grand order. Nah, that can't be right.
no, yeah. Something is probably with the Warriors. The team has to look up into it, but
If I just
I
found a
mean, hey,
little, if that's for no on June Fed rate change, I'm
that's
just
a
saying
bet I
here.
would take, man.
I would take that back. No, it should be one point. No change is 1.01x, right? So you should be
Yeah.
getting. This is an this. I don't want to screw over these guys, but this is wrong, guys. Okay, because if it's a 1.01x, it means you're probably getting like, I don't know, $10 back or like $100 back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, if that's the payout,
I mean, someone's gonna get rich, maybe, but
fulfill my order.
it's interesting. Yeah.
No, no, no. So cool little thing. So this is that, and then you mentioned the Liberty decks, right?
Oh, they do have the Liberty decks. Yeah, they have the Liberty Child, which is like
So what's the difference
WST,
between that
proper.
and like the Peacock decks and the PDI decks and all of that crap?
I have no idea what is the PDI or Peacock deck, but Liberty Dex is basically what is the API they're using from PTS as well, their own liquidity. Basically, they are having their own liquidity V3 added, like Peacock with USDC and other people that they build and earn through the liquidity pools on the Liberty DEX. And all those fees are going, some of them to the liquidity provider. So 80% of that, like if you're a liquidity provider, that's really powerful. 80% goes back into your pocket. 20% goes back to the buy and burn of Peacock. So I would say
It's kind of cool.
it's kind of cool.
Is very interesting. Let me just move the camera a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of cool what they're building, and shout out to them. They seem to be building in the bear market, so that's decent. Let's go through some of the comments because we've got a few people coming in. Sup by Bougie Raccoon. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning to everyone from Moonmat. Great show, guys. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, go to that top left-hand corner, scan the QR code, join the Telegram. Hey, kids. Oh, I'm a bit old to be called a kid, but I appreciate it. Space Cult in the house. Hey, gang. Nice to see you, Luna C. Point. We've also got same in Oz. People use Opera browser with the free VPN to get around it. Yeah, I noticed it was in Australia before. This talking about basically the rule that under 16s can't be on social media. Crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Luna. Yeah. Hello, MGC. Appreciate it, David. Nice to see you. Hey, guys. Nice to see you, Doc. Good stuff. Love it. What bottom? Yeah, good question. What bottom? Ghost says in the chat.
What bottom?
You know,
I mean, Ghost, the bottom that you didn't buy, probably. So you should be looking, man. You know, things can turn around very fast, but you know, I'm just saying.
You're a very bullish guy, man. I will give you that. You know, I think it works with the two of us because me, Brett, I'm bearish. You're bullish. You know, you're good cop, bad cop, as per se. So it kind of works in that manner. But like coming into the next section, let's say that, right? Because we're coming into the end of June now. We're like in the midway point. What do we think, man? What do we think? You're bullish on July, but then are you bullish on August?
No, usually what happened, like even I remember the previous summer, because a lot of people were saying, you know, everyone goes away, but we had like a good volume. Yeah, summer, like July towards beginning of August, there were like still a lot of on-chain. Even if the majors were like kind of going sideways, the on-chain volume was still there. So I would say bullish on maybe first half of July. I still have to see how the markets reacts to FOMC because you can't really predict that far, right? You need still like some pieces of information. That is so many things happen to change in 24 hours. You can't even predict that Trump, if you don't have the insider information, you can't predict that Trump he's changing his mind and he wants to get like Greenland next or something, you know, happens and the world turn over. So you have to have the projection, but you have still to be informed every single 24 hours. That's why we're doing the Trench Capital show, guys. We're doing some digital stuff. We're providing like some information on the overall markets. And I mean, I am bullish on July. Medium, like probably go away for the rest of the August and like kind of building positions beginning of September. Even if it's not the low, but beginning of September, just look for new stuff towards like October, because I know after that things can get really spicy.
Interesting. SpaceX IPO, obviously, everyone's talking about it on Twitter on the timeline. Went as high as $225, went higher than Microsoft, went higher than Amazon. You know, just kind of insane. And then you've got Anthropic and OpenAI, aka ChatGPT. It's worrying if the S&P is so concentrated on some of these tech companies, the bubble will burst, right? Like, you look at it and you go, I mean, S&P.
So let me tell you this: that SpaceX officially surpassed Amazon to become the 5th largest company by market cap, which is crazy. It's been like only a couple of days, and you know what's the flywheel that they've done? They actually acquired Cursor, which is like a huge tool for AI users, right? And they've been building and using it for a couple of the past like years. It's like they basically doubled or tripled the FOMO into AI coins, which is like SpaceX, AI, bubble, rocket, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, like Anthropic and OpenAI are going to be launching around the $1 trillion market cap, right? So you're chucking a couple more that are going to be in that section. I think also, I mean, like the concern, and I see this a lot from kind of guys who are really in the stock market, is the fact that the S&P 500, like the majority of it is only a few companies. It's only going to be like concentrated to like the Mag 7 and AI related stocks. And that's a little bit nerve wracking. Like I think people get nervous about that. Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, Apple, Tesla, and then you chuck in SpaceX, probably OpenAI, and then Anthropic. It's like you're talking a third of the whole of the top 500 companies within the US. A third of it is just specifically within that bubble. It's a little bit nerve wracking.
It
We've
is.
got a little comment here. Peacock launched in August. Trenches might become active this summer. Who knows? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe
Possibly. And
we have seen like actually a little bit of Solana trenches being quite active with Ansem and a lot of other guys. But what's the trick? Because they became a little bit like, okay, we're gonna send some coins and be quite bullish, and they might disappear in the next week, and they're like, okay, market sucks. We made our money, in the 1-2 weeks, and like, hey, just enjoy the summer, because who wants to be active in the summer, guys? I don't know, but definitely not me or Ansem, who's made like a couple of like 6 figures and just go enjoy the vacation. Especially
yeah,
if the list is gonna dry up with
you've
the
also got.
IPOs.
I forgot to say the G7's happening as well. Crazy what's going on in Europe. I mean, they need to sort their shit out. Binance is about to lose their EU license, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, looking back on it, let's see what happens, where the reaction is later this week, what happens going into the weekend, and then obviously, July you're bullish on, August you're not so bullish on, and then September you're repositioning. Is that right?
That's the actual plan, and we're gonna see, because we're gonna be here every single day from Monday to Friday. Every single day we are here with the live show, with the information drop. Like if you have projects you want to contact us, we actually also are building the consulting agency, and we have like Ethos Farms, actually the first sponsors of the stream. You can be also in that banner below. We can speak about your projects. If you have any cool ideas, you can join the Telegram. Over here, you can leave a DM towards us. So whatever happens, we just keep building a shipping and be active. That's what I have to say.
Can I just say I'll end the stream on this. Justin, Elon Musk is now worth more than Bitcoin. There you go. If that ain't a bubble, I don't know. Guys, go follow the Telegram group. You can just scan that QR code in the corner, or it's t.me/Trench Capital Lounge. And we'll be back tomorrow talking about charts and seeing what's happening, seeing how the market reacts as it opens. Hope you have a good day and enjoy your time. And shout out to all the Americans as well. Had their I don't know what it is, because I don't know American history that much. Obviously, I know that they kicked the Brits out over T-tax, but GG's, guys. I'm glad.
GG's.
GG. Now you guys have to pay more, but anyway, so do we. Anyway, much love and